Should you start worrying about plants rising up and eating human beings anytime soon? How big of an animal can one plant swallow? Humans and animals aren't the only carnivorous creatures on Earth. Plants have an insatiable appetite as well. From plants who strike like cobras to ones that boldly leave their prey's exoskeleton hanging out. Keep watching all the way to number 1 for a plant species that collaborated with an insect to trap prey. Before we get on with the top 10 plants that eat animals, make sure you support us and subscribe to our channel on the bottom right. After that, hit the bell button below and we are good to go. Number 10. Cobra Lily. Kicking things off, we have the aptly named Cobra Lily. Why is it called cobra? Only because the plant and its tubular leaves eerily look similar to a rearing cobra snake about to strike. It even has a forked leaf, which usually ranges from a yellow color to a purplish green that resembles snakes' tongues or fangs. Also called the Darlingtonia californica, this plant is a terrifying sight to behold if you're one of its targeted victims. Diabolical in its hunting methods, it emits a temptingly sweet smell to lure insects into its cruel pitcher. The word cruel fits the cobra lily since it's made it an art to trap and kill victims. After the victim, some type of insect, makes the mistake of landing in its pitcher, it finds itself stuck with no way out. The closed pitchers are a unique labyrinth with several false exits that are see-through but don't lead outside. The prey eventually becomes exhausted and dies. The slippery walls and hairs finish the job. Luckily for some prey species, the cobra lily is rare and can only be found in the bogs and seeps with cold running water of Oregon and Northern California in the US. The cobra lily, like all carnivorous plants, isn't likely to start munching on human beings anytime soon. Some species can eat all kinds of insects and small mammals, such as frogs and rodents. There have been some experiments with feeding tiny pieces of human flesh to carnivorous species if fed to them, but they don't pose a threat. Number 9. The Venus flytrap. The Venus flytrap is the quintessential carnivorous plant, if only for its particularly brutal looks. It's not the largest carnivorous plant, but it's by far the most famous. The movies and TV shows often largely exaggerate its size. In reality, this murderous plant is usually half a foot in length, and that's their maximum. The Venus flytrap is known for its deathly, sticky eyelid-like trap that's only about an inch long. Not only is the plant smart enough to trap food, but it has a mechanism for not falling for false alarms, and to keep it from wasting energy. False alarms are cases where falling leaves and debris may accidentally trigger its trap shut and provide it with no nutritional value. To stop this, the trap will only close if within a 20-second period an insect touches 2 different interior hairs. It's even triggered if just 1/10 of an insect is touching it. After the prey is within its clutches, its struggle stimulates the inner surfaces of the lobes, which further triggers a growth response that makes the edge of the lobes close, eventually sealing the trap to digest the food. What does the Venus flytrap eat? Its diet includes spiders, beetles, and several kinds of crawling arthropods. About 33% ants, 30% spiders, 10% beetles, and the rest are all kinds of flying insects. The Venus flytrap is native to subtropical wetlands in North Carolina and South Carolina. Number 8. Tropical pitcher plant. The tropical pitcher plant is a sight to behold, its pitchers sometimes reaching more than a foot in height. You'll find them all over Madagascar, Australia, and Southeast Asia. The tropical pitcher plant can sometimes capture not only insects, but numerous small lizards, amphibians, and mammals. What all these creatures share in common is that they're attracted by the plant's sweet-smelling nectar. The plant collects its nitrogen in these vase-shaped hanging cups that tempt its prey inside. This cup then has what resembles a lid, which is typically toothed or grooved. For prey, it's impossibly slippery. One misstep results in the loss of their lives. The prey slips inside and drowns in the plant's acidic liquid. Digestion can take up to 2 months. Taking so long to digest food is another factor that makes carnivorous plants not particularly dangerous to humans. Let's say someone puts their finger for the plant to trap and eat. By the time the plant starts trying to break the finger down to digest it, the finger would heal faster than it could be broken down and will remain unaffected. Before we continue with the largest carnivorous plant in the world, just hit the like button to fully support us. Number 7. Triphyophyllum piltatum. You're looking at the largest carnivorous plant in the entire world. Growing in tropical forests and native to tropical Western Africa in Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Ivory Coast. The Triphyophyllum piltatum is liana, and it goes through an impressive number of life cycles, each with a differently shaped leaf. The carnivorous behavior doesn't start until later on. In the first stage of its life cycle, this liana forms a rosette of lanceolate leaves before developing these long and thin glandular leaves. Those leaves are what are then used to capture unfortunate insects. Each rosette contains 1 to 3 of these leaves. The adult lianiform is next, with it forming short leaves with a pair of grappling hooks. Their tips end on a long twining stem that can grow to a length of an impressive 165 feet. These stems can also be more than 4 inches thick. Number 6. Portuguese sundew. Since the Portuguese sundew lives in such nutrient-poor and dry soil, like most carnivorous plants, it depends on the occasional bug to supplement its diet. This plant can be found throughout the coasts of Portugal, Spain, and Morocco. It thrives in evergreen forests, heaths, and clearings of scrub and pine forests. With its sweet aroma, the Portuguese sundew draws in insects. Once the insect falls for its natural trap, they get stuck in a sticky substance on the leaves secreted by its glands called mucilage. The more the insect frantically struggles to get away, the more trapped they get, eventually dying from exhaustion or suffocation. The plant then secretes these digestive enzymes that dissolve the insects over a slow period of time, and takes all the yummy nutrients to itself. Number 5. Corkscrew plant. The corkscrew plant stands out from the rest of the plants we have today. It's still carnivorous, but it doesn't like the taste of insects. Instead, its diet is microscopic animals and protozoans. Native to the wet, terrestrial, and semi-aquatic regions of Africa, Central America, and South America, it attracts its preferred birds using leaves that grow under the soil that are long, slender, root-like, and pale in color. These specialized underground leaves are seasoned killers, skilled in attracting, trapping, and happily digesting prey. Number 4. Moccasin plant. If you're strolling in the sandy woods or hiking up rocky woods in the mountains, you may stumble upon hundreds and hundreds of these carnivorous creatures, huddled in small areas. The moccasin plant does the obligatory dance with the prey. It entices them with a sweet scent, but the moccasin stands out from other plants with its moccasin-shaped pitchers. Rivaling the cobra lily, number 9 on our list, it enjoys confusing its prey. The lid of its pitchers boasts having translucent cells, which gives prey false hope of escaping its deathly clutches. The insects eventually knock themselves out, leaving their bodies to be digested slowly. Interestingly enough, the moccasin plant has a shocking ancestry. It's believed that it's more related to flowering plants, such as oak trees and apple trees, than other carnivorous pitcher plants. Number 3. Brushinia reducta. In the same family of plants that includes the likes of thick-leaved succulents, Spanish mosses, and, interestingly enough, pineapples, the Brushinia reducta is an assassin. For years, expert botanists denied that the Brushinia was really a carnivore. The reasoning was that the Brushinia was thought to lack the production of digestive enzymes. However, the year 2005 revealed that the plant at least produced phosphatase enzymes in its glandular structures. It turns out that all this time, the Brushinia's enzymes and bacteria are capable of trapping and digesting insects, and then releasing the nutrients to be absorbed by the leaves. The plant has a water-storing cup with overlapping leaves, which are coated with these waxy scales. But what first attracts insects are the long, thin pitchers that draw them in by reflecting ultraviolet light and emitting an irresistibly sweet scent. The water in the cup also has a sweet smell. The Brushinia is native to southern Venezuela, Colombia, Guyana, and Brazil. Number 2. Butterworts. There are several species of butterworts all over the northern hemisphere, but you can find them in abundance in North America, South America, Central America, and Siberia. This is one of the most dangerously creative carnivorous plants. After securing a tasty prey on their sandpaper-like sticky flat leaves, they begin the digestive process. The coating that originally trapped the insect has a dual role of acting as a stomach. A substance starts being excreted by the plant's glands, which breaks down all the digestible parts of the prey. After the breakdown, the substance starts reabsorbing the insect's fluids, leaving the exoskeleton on the surface of the leaves. Number 1. Ruridula. Out of all the animal-eating carnivorous plants on this list, the Ruridula may possibly be the most unique. It does hunt prey, but it doesn't digest it. See, the Ruridula has perfectly stick insect-trapping shrubs, about 4 to 6 2/3 feet long. And when an insect stumbles upon its sticky hairs, it offers the prey to a bug species called Pamaridia ruridulae, which has a symbiotic relationship with it. The bug species does all the digesting, then later deposits its excreted waste on the leaves. The droppings are particularly rich in nutrients, so it's a win-win situation. Fun fact about the Ruridula is that there's proof that the carnivorous plant had a more dominant presence and was a lot more widespread during the Cenozoic era, proven by 40 million years old fossils found in the Baltic region of Europe. Now, you can find them in the Western Cape province of South Africa. That was all for today, guys. Let us know in the comments what you thought of these animal-eating carnivorous plants. Which one did you think was the strangest? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can keep creating videos for you. Till the next one!